and girls, welcome back to my channel. I do hope you're doing well. It's been a long time since you've seen your girl with some slap on. Tell me about it. I thought, you know what, I was looking through the goal videos from the past few years and I was like, you know what, you nearly always had slap on, Shan. Come on, get yourself together and put some slap on. So we are going to try and make a bit more of an effort in the new year. However, we just see how that goes. We're all about embracing naturalness. But I thought, you know what? We're starting to round out 2023. And one of the main videos that I love to watch these of people's because it gives me ideas for my potential goals and moving forward. But also, it holds me accountable. So I, last year, done 20 goals. I thought, you know what? Let's go out there. The way that I do goals is going to be slightly different from next year because how my diary is laid out. Like, I am so excited to show you the 2024 goals. You would have already seen a little clip of the journal in the what I got for Christmas, but yeah, these are like the best investment pieces that I could have actually done. So I'm not going to ribbit rabbit, and shall we sit down and see if I hit any of my goals for 2023? Right. We are back with squeaky chair. Guys, I don't know what to do with it. I might ask Dan if he can tighten it, and then if it still squeaks after that, then I don't know. We will literally be up a creek without a paddle because I have tightened and tightened these nuts and they're still squeaking. I don't know why. So 2024, you will still see the return of squeaky chair. Right, let's have a look. So my first goal, when I started 2023, I was on 5,100 subscribers and I wanted to hit 7,500 before the end of the year. Now, my lovelies, we had a little bit of a wobble, didn't we? As of today, I am on 6,800. So I am 700 off, which saddens me so much, but we had a bit of a wobble in September where I lost quite a lot of you guys. There was some of you that didn't agree with my life choices and the situations I'd got myself into, and after spouting tons and tons of tirade, then unsubscribed from me. And you know what? You're perfectly welcome to do that. Everyone's life is different and everyone's situations may not be the same, but I did take a big hit on my subscribers then. And looking at what I lost to where I am now, I would have been, I don't know if I would have hit it, but I would have been within touching distance. So that for me is gutting because I always like to set myself a target. And I know targets are not always achievable, but to have that, and the reason behind the loss of something that, I'm not going to go into it. If you saw the Jamaica vlogs, you'll know what happened, but yeah, I didn't quite hit that one. I fell a little bit short, so I need to get my thinking cap on because I have noticed since September it has been slowly dropping. I don't know why. Guys, what do you want to see on this channel? As I say, I know a lot of you guys missed the £30 challenges or the Primark hauls with Mama G, but we are getting them back on track. It was just this autumn and winter has been crazy. There's been so much change and things to do and stuff going on behind the scenes that we literally didn't have time, but they will be coming back. I don't know if 1 month we'll do a Primark haul and then a £30, or would you want one every month, like where I dress Mum 1 month with a £30 and then the next month she dresses me from Primark with a £30? Let me know down below because I feel like we've exhausted all the shops, so we need to think of like themes. Let me know down below, guys. As I say, this is as much your channel as it is my channel. I like to think of it as our channel. Now, my other next two goals was to do with Instagram, and let me just load them up because these Instagram accounts now I am ceasing at the end of the year. I am no more because it was far too much for me to, I can't deal with 3 Instagram accounts, a TikTok account, a YouTube account, a Twitter account, a Etsy account, then dealing with my personal social media. It was way too much, guys. So I did still have New Year's resolutions, let's say, and these went completely backwards. So my lifestyle Instagram, when I started the year, I was on 9,600 and I wanted to hit 9,750. And I actually went backwards. I'm now on 9,460. but I haven't been putting in the content. As I say, it was getting way too much, whereas I've created the new one now, AllThingsShannonLeighxx. That, if you go onto the lifestyle or the food Instagram, it will be linked directly in there. So if you are following me on any of them, please go and give me a hit up on the other one, as I say, because I want to try and get that to grow to where I was with these two. So I fell slightly short with that one. And then where was my other one? We had All Things Food. So at the start of the year I was on 2,600 and I wanted to get to 2,850. Oh my goodness, I weren't far off on this one. This one's actually gone up. I'm now on 2,809. Okay, well that's a positive. It's gone up. Okay, I'm not going to be mad at that, but I have put in both the Instagram and the lifestyle, Instagram and lifestyle and food, the new account tagged in it, and I will be closing this at the end of 2023. The only thing that I think I might have to keep it for a while until I get a bit more of a following over on the other one is for the polls, because the polls is where I get a lot of interaction from you guys. And as I say, if sometimes you haven't seen it on the new one, I might not have such the interaction, and I want you guys to send your comments in, so I might leave them open just for polls mainly and see if there's a way that I can take off the content from it. I'm not entirely sure, but leave it with me. As I say, moving forward in 2024 there will just be one Instagram account, which is AllThingsShannonLeighxx, and as I say, it's linked in the bio of both of the previous ones. Number 4, I hit pay off the remainder of your loan. Tick. I am now loan free. I'm not fully debt free, but I am free of my loan, which, trust me, that extra money a month when you have it coming in, you're like, oh my goodness, you forget that you didn't have it in a way. So yes, I am very, very happy that I have managed to pay off the remainder of my loan. Number 5, it was hit a certain salary at work. I am so close to this amount. It is within touching distance, and the fact that I'm still not there is highly annoying. I'm hoping potentially I might get there this year. If not, who knows? But yeah, it is almost within touching distance. And oh, what have I got on my finger now? Oh, I've got a little bit of eyelash glue. I do apologise, guys. I get so distracted. I've done a fresh set of nails and then I'm like, why is that bit rough? Did I not seal it properly? No, I had a bit of eyelash glue on it. But yeah, I am within touching distance. So unfortunately, I didn't hit that one. We should actually mark them off, shouldn't we? Because we do a grand total of how we're going for the year. And so far, I've only hit one. Now, goal for 2023 was to earn a certain figure on YouTube for the year of 2023, and let me just have a little look into my analytics, because I do feel, guys, that I may have hit this one. We may have hit this. It's not going to show me now on my phone, is it? Let me just have a look. I did. Okay, I have hit a target that I wanted to earn off YouTube this year. I'm happy about that. Yay. Right. So this one says work out 3 times a week, including a weekly run. Now, I was all right at the beginning of the year, but it's kind of took a bit of a detour, hasn't it, guys? Weekly runs never really existed, and working out 3 times a week did. And then I had holiday, and then I just went to my PT twice a week. So I tell you what, for that, I'm going to give it half. But you know me, we're coming into a new year. I have, of course, devised a new workout plan. Hopefully one that is more manageable and to stick to. I think sometimes you like to overexert yourself and be like, well, work out 3 times a week, 5 times a week. And it's just not achievable. I've actually sat down, looked at what I have going on in life, looked at where I might have a little bit of free time for me, and I'm trying to diarise it like that. We'll see how it goes, okay? Number 8 was to lose a stone and tone. Lose that stone and tone. No, it didn't happen, guys. I am probably a stone heavier than when I started the year. So in essence now I need to lose 2 stone. But what can I say? This year has been very eventful. It has... You get comfortable, and before you know it, you're eating out on weekends and you're doing these memory days, and before you know it, the scales are not your friend. The scales really are not my friend. I mean, I'm dreading getting on them for the new year. But let's just say there's works in progress, okay? I mean, we have not lost the stone, we've gained the stone. And have we toned? No. I would say I've toned a little though. My PT helps me tone, but in terms of losing the weight, no, we're a million miles from it, guys. We're a million miles. There's actually one here that I have done, memory days. I stuck with memory days religiously. I made sure that me and mum, once a month, done something. So my weekends towards the end of this year were one weekend with mum, one weekend with Dan, one with mum, one with Dan. So I have 2 weekends a month with Dan and I have 2 weekends a month with mum. So I always make sure that we have something to do, whether that be doing something inside, whether we're out having a memory day in London, if we're out trying a new restaurant, there's always something for us to do. And I would like to give that a big fat tick because that is something that I stuck to, guys. I did stick to that and we had a good run. Now, I mean, I'm booming here. Read 10 books minimum this year. And if you saw the book recommendations that I read 10 books. One of them, you might question, was not a book. It was merely a brochure, but I'm taking that as a book, okay? So I did read 10 books this year. As I say, 2022, I think I read like one at least a month, but from autumn, guys, my reading just went off the path. I think the last book I read was like September, October time. November, December, there was not even a spare second for me to breathe, let alone read. So yeah, I did read the 10 books, however. If you have seen the book recommendation video, please do let me know down below. And you're probably thinking, why are you off a bit of paper? Well, when I come back off holiday, I was doing a bit of a declutter and I realised how long I hadn't actually wrote in my diary. So I ripped out my goals and then chucked the diary, but best believe I will not be chucking the diary of this year because this year the diary is ultimate. I say diary, it's a diary along with 2 separate diaries of journals and daily monitoring. Guys, it's a lot of stuff to the point where I thought, oh my goodness, maybe I've took on too much just with my diaries this year. But I think it would definitely give me something to focus into, you know? Now, 30 minutes a day to reflect and unwind. Read, enjoy poetry, daily quote journal. Now, I'm really annoyed because I got a book last year, a poem for every day of the year. Mum got it for me for Christmas. And we got up to like middle of February and then we just stopped. And it's really, really annoying me because I'm like, I want that back in my life. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pick up the poem for every night of the year and then get them, keep them to one side, and then when I'm 30 in 2025, that will be my poetry year. So I wouldn't say I've fallen out with poetry, but I can't start the book like say a week into the year. I need to do it daily, and I think at the moment it's all about finding time. I'm trying to find time to get some keep fit back in there with some journaling, throw poetry. It might be a little bit of a whirlwind for me, I'm not gonna lie, guys. So yeah, I haven't been into poetry as much. I have been writing poetry though this year, and that has been something that I've really, really loved. And there is something that, I don't know if you guys have been on the Linktree app that's down below. There's a thing called Buy Me a Coffee, which one of you lovelies recommended me. And it's called Buy Me a Coffee, but my version is Buy Me a Cocktail. So what it is it's basically a platform where you can sell bits and bobs and be gifted items, etc. Gifted items is more as a value to whatever it would be, whether it be a coffee, a cocktail, anything like that. But I have managed to put on there, I need to see how it works, but I've managed to put a thing on because I really enjoy the poetry side, guys. And I've started doing a few for like family members again, and they're like, Shan, you need to get back into this like when you was at school. I had a little business when I was at school, guys. I used to have a little, well, I used to print them back in the day, but I can get ways and means around that. I would say to someone, right, if they say I needed a poem, I'd be like, right, what's the occasion, who's it for, name, give us a few details, how long do you want it? Like I would do a normal standard like 4x4, 4 verse by 4 line. And I used to charge something, I think it was like £10 or £15 back in the day. And I made like a nice little bit coming up to Christmas because it was all personalised, one of a kind bit, my own Etsy shop in essence. And I was playing around on this Buy Me Coffee and it gave me an option that I could do something like that. So as I say, if you guys love poetry or you're looking for a gift, look down below on the link tree. As I say, I think it's the top at Buy Me a Coffee. And yeah, now I'm doing like little gifting bits, which I'm hoping can go hand in hand potentially with the merch down the line. I mean, I would love to do the merch. We're looking into the merch, but also I want to do something that is still personable to all of you. And if that's you guys wanting poetry or anything like that, let me know down below, okay? But I'm going to say I done half of that because I still do my 1 line a day. I still do that religiously. My diary I kind of fell off the track with, and then I still try and have like a little bit of me time. It was just the reading fell off towards the end of the year, to be honest. Oh, this one didn't last long either, guys. Taking an hour each Sunday for self-care. A bath, a face mask, and pamper yourself. Now, I feel with self-care, you should always stay on top of it, but take it when you need it. I think by putting that in, saying like, you need to do this every Sunday, Shan, it overwhelms me, guys, I can't lie. However, I am going to try and make a conscious decision on a Sunday, because it's kind of like end of the week. End of the week, having a little bit of a reset. I do want to get back into my skincare, because my skincare I fell off the track well and truly. I haven't done skincare properly for a good couple of months now. So I feel coming into the new year, I want to give my skin a boost. I'm going to go through all my products, check the dates, because I feel like there may be a few items that might not be good for my skin anymore, let's just say that. But yeah, my baths every evening, they're my pamper. So I do have a daily pamper, but I think like a full head to toe. I mean, hair wash days, these are very rare. I've washed it today, so it's nice and fresh for the new year. But yes, these are very rare and far. However, maybe like keeping on top of my nails, which I think I do an okay job of. But maybe like little things like keeping on top of my eyebrows, or maybe like my microblading. Something like that, like just little things to keep me going. So I'm going to say half, because as I say, it's not necessarily an hour I give myself, but I have half an hour every evening in the bath to just chill, unwind. I'm either talking to Dan or I've got like a Netflix on and we're just chilling and doing our own thing. So I have daily self-care, but I need that full shebang where it's like, no, Shan, you don't do anything apart from sit in bed and watch Netflix, which I find very hard to do. You will know, guys, I find it very, very hard to switch off and just not do anything. However, I did have a few days over Christmas like that. You'd see in Vlogmas where I'm like, I had all these intentions of being productive, and then I'm like, I don't want to. And that's okay sometimes. That is okay to have days like that. So yeah, don't beat yourself up. Number 13, save X amount in my savings account / money box. And you know what, guys, I'm so close. I think I'm literally like £500 out. So you know what, I'm going to give myself a half for that, because I am very happy that I've managed to put that money aside. As I say, I've still been out, and God knows I've still been spending. If I weren't spending and popping off here, there and everywhere, how much I could have saved. But I'm happy that I got to where I am now. Number 14, reduce caffeine to 1 coffee a day. I'm going to say yes on this, but what I need to do is reduce it to a home coffee and not a Costa coffee, because Costa is ripping my bank account. I was about to say bank account and bank balance. It's ripping me, okay? So I have stuck to 1 coffee a day just because they're so goddamn expensive, but maybe it shouldn't be a shop bought one. Maybe I need to next year reduce on my outgoings for, say, lunches. I don't need to be going Costa every day for lunch. Yep. Number 15, get back into meal planning and portioning. Now again, I was okay with this at the beginning of the year, and then life gets in the way, time gets in the way, and it is so hard. I am going to make a conscious effort to try and meal prep. I think not so much for dinners, because I don't mind having the flexibility with the dinner, but it's more the breakfast and lunches. It's when we're at work, to stop us snacking, to stop us going to the snack man and spending maybe £7-8 a day. All of that, because when we come home, the only food that we can eat is indoors. I say that we do have takeaways maybe once a fortnight. That's going to go to once a month. I think that's going to be like proper cheat day. proper cheat day will be a takeaway. But yeah, I would like to get back into it. I feel like I need to go through all my containers, find my containers and divide them up, because you know me, I am that person that if I have nice containers, I'm more inclined to meal prep. And if they're like kind of all odds and bobs, I'm not going to want that. Even if it's something so simple for, say, breakfast, like grabbing some tins of fruit, because fresh fruit can be expensive. I'm not here saying, oh yeah, we need fresh fruit and all this, because it's expensive. And the cost of living, everything's freaking going up, ain't it? So even if it was just some odd tins of fruit and drain them off, put them in, maybe like a little bit of dusted oats on the top, anything that will save us money and maybe help the waistline. So I'm going to say no, I didn't do that, because I don't think 2 or 3 months out of a year you could class as actually doing something. Oh God. Monthly admin days for receipts and bookkeeping. Guys, did you see the log cabin video this year when I had to take all my receipts with me because I'd left it all to the last month? Yeah, I feel like it's going to be like that again. Again, it's finding that time. I think I need to incorporate, when I have, say, maybe my Sunday self-care day, it's not just a case of being good for the soul and the body, doing the pampering. It also needs to be good for the mind. So I feel that could be when I look into doing my receipts. I'm not too bad with keeping my online receipts in the spreadsheet. It's the manual ones. It's the paper receipts. They are the bugbear of my life, and I have not done them since last April. My online ones are okay. I think my onlines are up to maybe September, October. My paper ones, absolutely not. So, unfortunately, Shannon, you've got to give yourself a big fat cross on that one, because no. Number 17, research into purchasing a home. Now, I am going to give myself a tick for that, because at the beginning of 2023, I started to go on flat viewings, and then I kind of dropped off because I realised flats, new builds, they weren't for me. And then towards the end of the year, I started going on house viewings. I saw one I liked, a very palaver back and forth, and I think, oh God, this is where I think I will get agitated, because I'm like, no, like, I would like that, please. And sometimes you go round and round in houses, or sometimes you turn up and it's nothing like the photos that you see on the estate agent's website, and it's like daylight robbery, like you've been catfished by a house. That is how I feel. But I'm definitely going to give myself a tick of that, because I know I'm in a lot better stead than I was at the end of last year. I can go into 2024 knowing what I want, what I like, knowing what particular areas I like, knowing my budget, knowing what mortgage I can get, knowing solicitor information, and a bit more of the jargon. So yeah, I'm going to give myself a big tick for that one. Oh, I tell you what I need to do. Change the battery. 1 second, guys. Here we go. Right, number 18. Go out of your comfort zone. I'm giving that not just 1 tick. I feel like I need to give that 100 ticks. Because, guys, I went to theme parks this year. I went to Thorpe Park twice. I don't do roller coasters. I don't do anything that goes fast, apart from my driving. Oopsie. I don't do anything that loops the loops. I don't do anything that, like, holds me tilted over the thing and then drops me. I don't do anything that goes backwards. I don't do anything that could potentially give me a heart attack, okay? Because I genuinely feel my heart could give out on these types of things. I don't do well. My adrenaline kicks in and my heart goes uncontrollable, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just not putting myself in them situations. But I did. Dan took me to Thorpe Park twice this summer because he loves roller coasters. Me, being me, I'm like, I want to try it. I want to get involved, and it's something that he's passionate about and he enjoys. So it's something I need to learn about. I'm slowly getting there, guys, okay? There are a few rides that I will never get back on. One that I feel I have a personal vendetta against. I speak about this in the Goodbye 2023 video. You'll see that. I think that's up tomorrow. And I speak about how there's a particular ride that now, as much as I don't want to, I have to go back on it. I have to conquer my fear and go on it, because it bruised me. And it not just bruised me on my arms, it bruised me on my head. And I'm like, no, I need to get back there. And that one is a personal vendetta. But getting out of my comfort zone completely, not just the theme park, guys. I got invited to a PR event. I have never been invited to a PR event, and the thought of PR events scare the poop out of me. And I wasn't going to go. I spoke to Dan and he was like, right, when is it? When are we going? He knows I don't do well, like, in new social surroundings. I'm very quiet, reserved. I'm like, I assess the situation and I will determine if I feel I need to be there, or like if I'm going to be comfortable there. And honestly, I don't know what I was worrying about. We went there, we had a lovely, lovely night. You would have seen it in the vlog, my first PR event. We went to Persia, and it's like a bubble tea place. There was like Korean fried chicken, and it was just, oh, absolutely lovely. And I loved it so much because he was there. He'd pushed me to go and do it. And as I say, now we're invited to things, the both of us. So there was a place we was invited to within December, but unfortunately Dan was ill and so was me, and I didn't want to like go, and then you're not up to it and you could spread germs. And so I said to him kindly, like, thank you, but unfortunately I was a little bit poorly. And they said, not a problem, we will speak to you in the new year. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. And as I say, very, very happy. I definitely feel I well and truly got out of my comfort zone this year, whether that be the roller coasters, whether that be like being in different social surroundings. And also I publicly vlogged a lot more. Not necessarily, it's not in the shops. I'm not at the level where I could do come shop with me yet. I still would get very flustered, I think. Number one, because I'm scared of being kicked out or being told off by security. And number two, I'm very conscious of who's around, and obviously like some people might not like the camera. So I would be inclined to like, oh, well, I'm not going to go to that section. And then it could just be a bit disjointed. So I am going to try and find a way of how I can do potentially come shop with me. I just don't know yet how. So please bear with me on that front. But yeah, I'm definitely saying I'm well and truly out of my comfort zone. Number 19 was travel as often as you can. And I like to think I've travelled a good little bit this year. Where do we go? Right, kicking off February, I went to the Peak District. Went on my log cabin, didn't I? And then I have been to the Cotswolds area with Dada for his brewery tour. Me and Mum and me and Dan, we've gone to all different places of London this year. Places which we've never been to, I've never probably even heard of. I stick to the places of London that I know. The only time we venture out is if there's like food or anything there, or like an experience. Whereas Dan knows quite a lot of a different part of London. He knows more like around the Tower Bridge, Tower of London, Canary Wharf, all of that. I don't really know that. I know the shopping districts and the West End show area. So it's actually been quite nice to go and see different bits. And as I say, me and Mum, we've done plenty of experiences around London this year where they have been a lot of different places of where we would normally go. So I would say I've definitely ticked off a big part of London. There's still tons more to do in London, don't worry about that. But yeah, I feel we've done like a good little different bit of chunk this year. Windsor, me and Dan went down to Windsor, a place I've never been. Winchester as well, never been there. And also Jamaica, I ventured off there, didn't I? That was my little solo holiday. Reykjavik, the city me and Dan went to for our anniversary, and oh, we cannot wait to get back there already. Like literally cannot wait. So I feel like I've done a few good places. I feel like I've definitely travelled more this year than I did last year, even if maybe it is just to London. But as I say, London is such a vast, wide place that you could be in one part and then you go over to another part and it's like you're in a completely different area. Well, obviously you are, but you know what I mean, guys. So yeah, I'm giving myself a big tick for that. I think I have travelled as much as I can. And then the last one was don't take no shizzle and be happy. I'm going to give myself a half one because I am very an upfront person, but as you all know, the past couple of months, things, well, actually no, since September, things went a little bit haywire, didn't they? And I had to really rein it in and not lose my shizzle because it wouldn't have benefited anyone. So that is definitely something I'm going to take, I think, into the new year. Who is actually worth my energy? Like, what situations are worth my time, my energy, my presence? And if they're not, then I'm just going to withdraw myself from them because there's no point. We're here. We don't know how long we're here for, guys. I always say I'm here for a good time, not a long time. No one knows how long we're here for. And I think so much time is spent on worrying and consuming ourselves with stuff that isn't going to actually matter to us. What is the worst that can happen in life? I mean, you have to put things into context. And I feel when you do, that's the game changer. When you think, actually, no, I'm worth more than that. Or actually, no, that doesn't really bother me anymore. Or you know what? You've made your bed, lie in it. Like, when you start getting them mentalities, as cliche as it sounds, the game changes. And I feel towards the end of the year, I've definitely had to assess situations a lot more. But I just think, you know what, you're assessing it for what's to come in 2024. And if it goes how I feel it could go, 2024 is going to be an interesting year. And I definitely feel it's going to be a different year because people have a preconception or a judgment of you. And each year I feel like I try and better myself as a person to maybe be a little less hot-headed, be a little less maybe potty mouth, or be a bit more assertive. I feel like I'm getting there. And like, I was speaking to mum the other day and I was like, you know what, by the time I'm 30, I'm going to be a woman that I'm like, oh, I ain't going to mess with her because she knows what she's talking about. Or like, I respect her because of where she's come from and what she's done. I want to get to that level. And I feel like this year, being the last year of my 20s, is my whole development year now. Everything to do with this year is going to be about bettering myself, making more memories, experiences, traveling, just everything. Everything that I could possibly think of. But I'm going to give myself a half. So let's have a look. This is where it could all go south. We've got 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10.5 out of 20 we done. I mean, I did give myself 4 ticks for the out of your comfort zone, but we'll stick at 10.5. So we've done over halfway, guys. And I tell you what, I'm lucky that I even got that far, to be honest. I didn't think I would get there, to be fair. So I'm actually quite happy with myself. And it was the goals that I didn't think would be achievable. For example, paying off my loan, getting the money in my savings account, that I've actually done. And it kind of puts it into context sometimes, the other things like, well, I managed to save this amount. Oh, but you didn't go for your weekly run. Weigh up the pros and cons, guys. But as I say, I am definitely looking forward to 2024 goals. That year is just going to be... it's going to be different. And I think it's all to do with the journaling and the diaries that I'm going to have. Because, I don't know, I'm really excited. As I say, you would have seen them in the what I got for Christmas. But I haven't been this excited for a journal or a diary in ages. To the point where I'm thinking of clearing part of my desk, my dressing table, so that I can lay my journal. So every night I can come, sit in my chair and get up to date. That's a big thing for me because, you know, I love all my perfumes being on here. But we may have to change it around. So yeah, who knows, guys? Who knows what is going to happen for 2024? But if you did enjoy the video, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe down below. And leave us a comment. Did you hit any of your 2023 goals? Or do you just wing it in life and not make any goals? I would love to actually wing it, but I have that bit of OCD and I need to feel like I've got something I'm going for and something to try and achieve. But yeah, whatever you do, my lovelies, that is up to you. But please do let me know down below. Take care, stay safe as always, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye, guys.